Today I wanted to update you on my platinum trophy collection. The last time I did a video like this, I was at 25, but now I am at 52 platinum trophies. This video was supposed to be for 50. It's a little late. But first up, this is a game that I was working on the last time I actually did a video like this. I showed that I was at 16 trophies. Now it's done. This is a wrestling game. This is one of the only wrestling games that the platinum is still available from back then, at least. Obviously, the 2K games, some of them are available, but as far as the old games go, like SmackDown versus Raw, and there's a game called WWE All Stars that I also really like. That one is unobtainable. I used to play this game as a kid, so it was super nostalgic for me. It's a really easy platinum. As you can see, there's only 19 trophies, 20 with the platinum. By the way, throughout the video, I'll be telling you if I have a video on this game or not. I do not have a video on this game. I did this completely off camera. And I'll also be showing you how long it took me to do the platinum. I cannot show you how long it took me for this game because it is a PS3 game. Next up, we got the two South Park games, South Park The Stick of Truth and South Park The Fractured But Whole. South Park The Stick of Truth was kind of an annoying one because there are a lot of missable trophies in this game. I mean, a ton. You miss one equipment or weapon and you have to replay the entire game over. So you have to be really careful and make sure you collect everything in a certain area, because there's certain areas of the game that you cannot get back to once you leave that area. To get this platinum, I actually used Bushido Cypher's guide on this game. It was actually really helpful. It's a really good guide. So if you're going for this game's platinum, use his guide. And if you're watching this by any chance, thank you for the guide, bro. South Park The Fractured But Whole was a little bit different. I think this game was slightly better mechanics-wise. I did like the story of the first game better, but there were not nearly as many missables and stuff. This was the easier platinum, in my opinion, just because surely of the amount of missable stuff that was in the other game. The only thing that was really hard in this game was for this one right here. Create a black character and complete the game on mastermind difficulty. That is the hardest difficulty in the game. And I do have videos for both of these games. I will link in the description a playlist of all my platinum playthroughs. For South Park The Stick of Truth, it took me 9 hours, and for The Fractured But Whole, it took me 21 hours. Next up is Lego Batman 3, a game that I actually went ahead and 100%ed. I got all of the DLC on it, and this one was really easy. It's a Lego game. There's not really much for me to say about it. It was the first one I ever did. Video did pretty well if you want to check that out. Like I said, down in the description. This game was a little disappointing though. It wasn't as fun as another game, a Lego game that I did that is also Lego Batman. You'll see that further up the list when I get there. Lego games are pretty much the same thing. It's play the story, get all the mini kits, and 100% the game, get all the characters and stuff, then a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. That's about it. Lego Batman 3 took me 33 hours total. My next two platinums are God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. I did these back to back, just like I did the South Park games. I was gonna save Ragnarok for later, but I just couldn't. I had to do it right after 2018. Both these games are incredible, man. The first one is really tedious to me though. The fast travel in this game is probably because it was on the PS4. I don't know if the loading times were faster if I put them on my SSD for the PS5. I played this game off a hard drive, which honestly probably affected the loading times. But yeah, the fast travel and stuff for this game just wasn't nearly as good as after doing this game, or doing Ragnarok right after this game. I was spoiled with how good Ragnarok is, man. I think the thing that really annoyed me with this game was the fast traveling system, the loading screens, whatever, and then this trophy right here, Darkness and Fog. Niflheim, oh my god, what a grind that was, man. Really, it was. I have videos on both of these games, so make sure to check those out. God of War 2018 took me 36 hours, and God of War Ragnarok took me 45 hours. My next platinum is probably the one where most of you guys found me from, and that's because it is my most viewed video on my channel, Lego Marvel Superheroes. This was a game that was super nostalgic for me. I did not expect the video for this game to blow up like it did, but this is the game that essentially put me on the map for the platinum YouTuber space, man. And I mean, this game is incredible. I still love this game to this day, so I'm not mad at it. Like I said, Lego games are pretty much the same thing. There's no DLC trophies for this game. Lego games, complete 15 levels, get all the characters, 100% the game, maybe get like a billion studs, like there it says right there. That's really it. There's not much to do in Lego games. That's pretty much every platinum for them. Lego Marvel Superheroes took me 31 hours. Up next is two MLB The Show games. I do not have videos for either of these games. These are games that I used to love MLB The Show. I used to make content on MLB The Show all the time, and I don't really like the game anymore. But these two platinums in particular were super close. This MLB The Show 19, this is actually my rarest trophy on my collection. The platinum trophy for this game, GOAT, is rarer than the Super Meat Boy, Impossible Boy, and the platinum itself. This is going to be probably my rarest platinum for a long time. And then MLB The Show 21 was super easy. There's really nothing for me to say about that. It's all pretty much flavors to CPU things. It took me probably a couple hours to clean up the rest. MLB The Show 19, I guess, took me 933 hours, but a lot of that was obviously playing casually. And then MLB The Show, same thing, 196 hours. A lot of that was playing casually, but I guess that's how long it took me to get the plat. So up next, probably still my hardest platinum to date, Crash 4, It's About Time. I did this for the 10K special, and yeah, this is probably my hardest to this day. This is not an easy platinum, but it was really fun. I really love Crash 4. It's one of my favorite games like ever. It's probably my favorite. It's one of the best platformers ever, in my opinion. I love this game. They did an excellent job with this game. And now that Activision's got freaking Toys for Bob making stupid multiplayer games that no one cares about, have them make Crash 5 or Spyro, Activision, or now Microsoft, I guess, because they own them. But yeah, obviously the hard part, the infamous hard part of this game was getting all of the insanely perfect relics where you have to go through every single level in the game, break every box, and complete the level without dying. And then obviously the infamous time trials that are present in pretty much any Crash Bandicoot Platinum. Well, everyone. Crash 4 ended up taking me 86 hours, it says for PlayStation, but my save in the game says 75 hours. Here's the next Lego Batman game that I mentioned before, Lego Batman 2. This was one of my funnest platinums. I love this game a lot, actually. The streams for this game, when I streamed this game back in the summer, those were some of my favorite streams I've ever had. This game is just, it's an incredible Lego game, incredible roster, super fun game, super nostalgic. I've 100%ed this game now probably 3 times. Once on PC, twice on PC actually, and then once to get the platinum on the PS3, or I streamed this game because I didn't have a copy of the game at the time. Obviously, I have a video on this game, and I can't really show you how long it took me to platinum this game because it was a PS3 game. But if I had to guess, I would say around 20 hours is how long it took. The next 2 platinums, they're ones that literally take you under 5 hours. The first one is Goat Simulator. This one actually isn't a crazy easy platinum. There's a good amount of collectibles in this game, 1 and 2. There's one trophy in particular in this game that's actually pretty tough. Here it is right here, Flapmaster. Score 10 points in Flappy Go. Obviously, if you guys don't remember the game Flappy Bird, it was really popular back in the day and obviously ended up getting removed. The things were just super inconsistent. I mean, I have a clip here. Let's see if I fail at the end. So here's me getting 10. The goat's ass is literally in our face. There it is. And then let's see if I die. Let's see if the clip shows me dying. There you go right there. See, it said game over and I wasn't even close to the ladder. That's how like it's really picky with how far you can be from the ladder before you fail, and that's why it's so annoying. And then What Remains of Edith Finch, this was a story game that I saw people on. I actually saw this game on TikTok and people were saying this is a really good story game, so I decided to play it myself, and it is really good, and it's a really easy platinum as well. It does look like shovelware, but trust me, it's just a pretty cool indie game that has a really good story, and I was already close when I finished it, so I decided to go back and clean up all the trophies. This game only took me about 2 hours, and Goat Simulator I think was like 5 or 6. The next game is Cuphead. No easy task at all to complete. Cuphead, I also did the DLC. The DLC actually gave me a tougher time than the entire game. This trophy right here, where is it? Where you had an S rank, a boss. Here it is. Get an S rank on a boss on Inkwell Isle 4. The bosses, see, on the main game, you also have to S rank one boss, just one. Yeah, so as you can see, get an S rank. You can do this on like the first boss in the game. Super, super easy. But the S rank on the Delicious Last Course, these are the same difficulty as the third Inkwell Isle, or maybe even harder in some cases. So this is not easy at all. That trophy probably took me a good 3 hours or so. It was tough, man. But yeah, obviously the hard part about Cuphead, obviously Cuphead is difficult in general, but you have to complete the entire game on Expert and also get an A rank or higher on every single boss in the game. Cuphead took me about 29 hours. And obviously I have a video on that game. Go check it out. Maybe leave a like. Leave a like on all the videos. Why not? Up next, we got all 4 of the Ratchet and Clank games that released on the PS2. People sometimes ask me, what is your most enjoyable platinum? What's the game you most enjoyed platinuming? Ratchet and Clank 3 is always my answer. This game, these 3 games, super nostalgic, awesome, super fun. I love every single one of them. I was a little burnt out. I did them all in order, by the way. I have a video on that. Go check that out. It's one of my proudest videos to this date. Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked, I did feel a little burnt out towards the end. This one's I don't really like the platinum for this game. It's really repetitive. This one was one that I didn't enjoy as much as I did. 2 and 3 were my favorite. Ratchet and Clank 1 was a little difficult just because it was the first game. I mean, it wasn't the greatest game in the franchise. It was the first game. This game kind of more focused on platforming rather than combat, and defeat Chairman Drek honestly was the hardest trophy in this game. I probably made it harder for myself, to be honest. I didn't get the Rhino, which is the best gun in the game. Before I did it, that's what I should have done. I made it harder for myself. I raged pretty hard at it. Obviously, I can't show you how long it took me each game, but Ratchet and Clank 1, I'm gonna say it's probably 20 to 25 hours for all 4 games. Up next is Call of Duty World at War, and man, this is my most painful platinum. It's not my hardest, it's my most painful. The campaign on Veteran on this game is unfair, man. It is flat out unfair. The CPU is just crazy good. They are cracked in this game, dude. It is unbelievable how hard and just flat out unfair this game is, man. The rest of this platinum, though, quite enjoyable. I love the zombies, and the miscellaneous trophies weren't that annoying at all. I do have a video on this game that is also one of my most proudest videos, and obviously I can't show you how long it took me. I'm gonna predict around 25 to 30 hours for every single trophy. Up next is the Spyro Trilogy, all 3 of them. These games are super easy, man. I mean, these are games that you can sit back like this, throw on a guide on your phone or on your second monitor if you have one. Maybe watch a movie or something like that and just go to town and just grinding these out. But they were all super enjoyable too. I think probably my favorite was the second Spyro. I think that was my favorite. I do have a video on this entire trilogy. Make sure you go check that out. But yes, these are also super nostalgic. They look amazing too. Toys for Bob really kills it with Spyro and Crash. That no one else should be in charge of Spyro and Crash unless their name. No one should be in charge of them unless their name is Toys for Bob. They're all super easy. They all are super easy platinums. I mean, it's just a bunch. It's just a collective miscellaneous trophies and 100% the game. And for Spyro 3, you don't even have to 100% the game. I didn't. You can if you want to, but I didn't do it. That's the moment I found out you didn't have to 100% the game, I literally stopped collecting all the collectibles. I was like, screw it, I'm not gonna do it, like, if I don't have to. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, it says 51 hours, but that honestly, that's a lot of time of just leaving the game on. I'm gonna say each game took me about 8 hours. That's probably my guess if I went in the game, and I did go on the game in a lot to capture footage for the video. And now here is Black Ops 3, my proudest platinum trophy. This is actually platinum number 50. God, I 100% of this game. What a grind this game was, man. I mean, this game took me a while, and I did in between this game. I went on a week vacation. So as you can see, from the moment I got my first trophy in the game, it was probably this one, 816. Let's see if there's an earlier one. No, 815 was the first trophy I got on it, and I ended up getting the platinum on 917. So more than a full month. Like I said, I did go on a week plus vacation in the middle of that, but this was a grind, man. Obviously everyone knows with what comes with Black Ops 3 is the personal decorator trophy. This is a platinum inside of a platinum, basically. There's so many requirements and things you have to do in order to get this one trophy. It's insane. And then obviously all the DLC, every zombies Easter egg for every DLC. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7 Easter eggs. And then you have to do Shadows of Evil Easter egg. You don't get a trophy for that, but you need to do it in order to get a trophy for this right here. So I got my most painful one, which is World at War. My hardest, which is Crash 4, and this is my proudest. The sheer amount of work and just grind that went into this is definitely my proudest. I do have a video on this, and please go check that out. I love that video. That's probably my best video to date in my opinion. But Black Ops 3, it said, took 200 hours. And then obviously these other 3, Resident Evil 7, that was 51. And then Marvel Spider-Man was 52. Actually, Minecraft is up here as well. That was one that I was working at the end. Minecraft is super easy. You can literally get this one by just having a friend do it for you. That's it. But it is up here because I have been working on some of the trophies for the expansion packs. I want to get 100% on Minecraft, so that's why it's up here rather than it should be down further. As for the future, I got a lot of big projects coming up, a lot of games that are unfinished. all of these games I want to clean up eventually. Like, they'll get cleaned up. I've just been working on so many things that, yeah, I gotta finish Super Meat Boy. That's probably gonna be the next video that's gonna happen after the video that I'm currently working on. But yeah, if you guys want to see a video specifically, leave it down in the comments, and probably the more you guys like a comment of a video you want me to do, the more likely I am to do that. And it can literally be any game, whether I own it or not. I can buy it and play it, you know? And here are my trophy stats: level 321, 52 platinums, 2,400. Wow, that's funny. Exactly 2,400 trophies in total. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, though, if you guys haven't already. I got a lot of huge projects, and we are going hard at 2024. A lot of big projects planned. A lot of streams I plan on as well. Join the gang. Join before it's too late. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.